Welcome to my podcast. Today, I would like to talk about service versus sacrifice. Often, we mean well when we're trying to be of assistance to others. We want to save them from feeling negative emotions. In other words, we do not want them to feel emotions like abandoned, unsupported, or alone. But often, we do not look out for our own well-being because we want to rescue them from their emotional pain. What's funny is that the pain we're trying to save them from is actually our own. We do not want them to feel what we have experienced. We are trying to protect them. The challenge is that this is a never-ending cycle, because they need to heal their pain. Nothing you do will be a permanent solution. No matter how kind you are, no matter how giving you are, you cannot heal that wound. Being of service does not mean sacrificing yourself. It does not mean disregarding your own needs to help another. Being of service means sharing out of the overflow and not the emptiness. Why are you trying to help this person? Is it because you want to see them succeed, or is it because you feel bad? The challenge of sacrifice is that it creates this illusion that you are the only answer. You are the only solution. So guess what? You feel burdened and you feel stuck. We mistake sacrifice for love. That it means that you are a good person now because you sacrificed yourself. The intention behind why you do what you do is a critical piece of the puzzle. Service means giving from a loving, positive place. It should feel good. It should feel like you're in alignment with who you are. Often as children, we were made to feel like we had no choice. We were considered a good boy or girl if we complied and a bad child if we did not. So as adults, the same perception impacts our relationships. It affects our ability to set boundaries and listen to our inner guidance. There is nothing for you to prove. Nothing. There's nothing for you to compensate for. There's nothing for you to make up for. Compassion does not mean disregard of your own well-being. Connecting with spirit is a powerful way to shift these patterns. For myself, I've had to do a lot of work in this area. So before I take an action, I check inside to see how I feel about it. Do I feel obligated? Do I feel forced? Do I feel fear about letting the other person down? I have found that you serve no one when you show up to the party, quote unquote, from a negative space. You're not fully present. Think back in your life when you have taken an action knowing good and well you really didn't want to do it, and it blew up in your face. Just think about it. Not listening is going against the flow. Connecting with the angels is a powerful way to release negative feelings before moving forward. Saying words like, "Thank you, angels, for helping me to release this feeling of obligation," and then exhaling it out. Just taking a breath and blowing out that feeling. Or, "Thank you, angels, for helping me to release this anger, fear, or whatever emotion presents itself." And then taking a breath. You will often find that the negative feelings that come up are based in childhood experiences. So before you take that step, before you take that action, before you go out there and sacrifice yourself, just release this negative emotion, all the negative emotions that are coming up. Just release them first. Give yourself time before you run out there and save the day. Being of service does not mean rescue and believing that that individual is your responsibility. How can you know that you're in that space? Well, how you feel after you assist the person is a great indicator. Do you feel drained? Do you feel depleted, used, like you're getting nothing in return? These are all signs that we're on the wrong path here. Okay? True service feels fulfilling. It feels like you're giving the best of yourself. Like it's giving you an opportunity to show up as your best self. It should feel right. Okay? Just because this is how things have always been does not mean it cannot change. If you recognize that you have a pattern of sacrificing, know that it can change. What is amazing is that you are the master of all of this. As you change the emotional landscape within yourself, the dynamic has to change. So, thank you for listening to my podcast, and I hope you have an amazing day.